We live in a time and in an atmosphere where we no longer put our faith in God. There is a lot of us who know better. There is a lot of us who say we trust God and we believe God with everything that is in us. But there are some things that would take place in this life that would shake our faith to the core. And we would stop believing in God and we would question where were God in that moment. The reason why I can say this and I can speak about this is because I know how it is. I know without a shadow of a doubt how an activity can take place in this life. And in that moment, you would question, where is God? You would stop believing in God in that moment because it did not go your way. It did not go the way that you had planned it to go. You prayed that it would not go this way. Your prayer was that God would keep this situation. But now it seemed as though God did not keep his promise. God did not keep this situation from happening. Where are you, God? Where were you when this situation took place? We got to be very, very careful when we face these type of situations in our life and we begin to question God, like, where were you? Where are you? Why are you allowing this? Why are you allowing that to take place? We need to remember change is going to take place with or without our permission. It is called life. And if you live long enough, you would come to soon realize that there are some changes that would take place in this life that we would not be pleased with. We would not be pleased with some changes that take place in this life, but you and I got to remember God is still in control. No matter who is where, no matter who is doing what, God is still in control. I know sometimes it could be difficult to even focus on that and even think about that in the moment in which we are in, but God is still in control. I've learned in my life, and we sing this particular hymn at my congregation, this life right here is filled with sorrows. It is filled with sorrows. And the most important thing is we need to, all of us need to know this. There's not a person that is breathing, that has breath in his body, is going to forever be here. Mm-mm. We all are going to leave this place. And we're going to leave the way God said that we're going to leave. We're not going to leave before he said we're going to leave. We're not going to leave after he said we're going to leave. We're going to leave in the time in which he said that we're going to leave. We got to stop getting so upset and so confused and so fixated on somebody taking our lives or taking every penny that we have or putting us here and putting us there. We got to trust God. We got to trust God. Even though it could be difficult, even a lot of time people just don't believe. People faith are failing them. Their faith are failing them. Usually I sit down when I do a video. Usually I try to have this camera as still as possible. If it gets shared out, it gets shared out. If it don't, it was on my heart and God told me to speak on it. We got to stop. We got to stop putting our trust and our faith in mankind because man will always fail us. We better put our trust where our trust belongs. And our faith and our trust belong in Jesus Christ. No matter what happened in this life, all of us going to leave this place, baby. All of us. None of us is going to leave. Now, none of us are going to stay here forever. This world is not my home. That's the song I was thinking about. This world is not my home. I'm just a passing through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The angels beckon me from heaven open door, and I cannot feel at home in this world anymore. All of us gonna leave this place. Nobody is going to make us leave this place before time. No matter how we feel about it, we're here until God say that it's your time to stand before me. And all of us, I don't care how much money you got. I don't care the color of your skin. I don't care where you come from in this life. Every man and woman boy and girl are going to have to stand before the great seat of judgment of God to give an account for the deeds that have been done in this body. Nobody gets away. Nobody. We might get away with some of the things that we do in this life, but you and I need to remember all of us going to stand and give an account for the deeds that have been done in this body. And I know there's some people that say they don't believe in God. I don't trust God. It's okay. It's okay. At the end of this thing called life, you will get a chance to see. Either I'm going to be wrong and you going to be right, or I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to be right, and you going to be wrong. Whatever way it was I meant to say it. But we got to stop putting our faith in mankind, thinking that somebody's coming to save us. Either they going to come and save us, or either they coming to destroy us. One thing about it, when that breath is gone out of my body, I'm going to heaven to live with God forever. This world is not my home. I'm just passing through. I don't get too comfortable in this thing called life. I don't. I enjoy it, but I do not get too comfortable in this thing called life, because life is fickle. Life is very fickle. Today you're up. Tomorrow you're down. We never know what today will bring. We never know what God got planned for the next 3 hours. And a lot of us have found ourselves all up in a tangent about things that we have no control over. God is still in control. I don't care who is where. God is still in control. And I'm going to trust him. I'm going to trust him. If everything around me crumble, if it crumble and fall, I'm going to trust him. I'm going to trust him. I got to. I don't have no other choice but to keep trusting in God. I will not put my trust in man, because man will always fail you. Stop all that being stressed out, confused, afraid. Fear is from the evil one. God have not given us a spirit of fear. He have given us a spirit of love, power, and of a sound mind. For those of you who say you're Christians, act like it. Do better. Trust God. I know sometimes some things in life can happen immediately, and it would leave us all in a tangent, all upset in our head and our mind. We can't think, we can't function. Get it together. Get it together. Bring it in. Bring it down. And just know that this too shall pass. God was in control at the beginning of this year. He's going to be in control at the beginning of next year. He was in control 2,000 years ago, and he's going to be in control for the next 2,000. We're bigger than that, and we're better than that. It is what it is. At the end of the day, come HELL and high water, I'm going to trust him. I don't have no other choice but to. Because one thing about man, the only thing man can do is take my breath away from my body. But one thing about it, I would live with him forever. I would be with him forever throughout eternity. Stop putting your trust in these folks, thinking these folks gonna come and save you and gonna help you and do whatever. A lot of people are in this thing for themselves. And in the moment you come to realize people are in it for themselves, you'll stop getting so fixated and all upset in your mind that somebody might not look out for you. If God got me, that's all I need. Long as he got me, I'm gonna be okay. I'm going to be okay. Me and mine, we're going to be okay. Believe me when I say that. Believe me when I say that. Y'all need to trust God and stop all this not believing in him and trusting in him. He said that he was going to take care of us. He said that he was going to give us what we need. I'm talking to his chosen children now. I'm not talking to just no anybody. Because one thing about it, sometimes God will allow some things to take place in this life to get some of us together. He will allow some things in this life to take place to get some of us together. Some of us that playing around, saying that he's our God. He loves me no matter what. I can do and live how any kind of way I want to. No, you can't. And not be pleasing to God, you can't. No, you can't. And I don't care what this world have told you. You're going to either do it God's way, and he's going to accept it the way that he have told you to do it. Or if you do it any other way, you just doing it your way, and he's not going to accept it. My Christians, brothers and sisters, Those who say that we believe in God, we trust in God, and we have faith in God, God got us. God got this thing. And let us continue to trust Him with everything in us. This too shall pass. Even if we still got breath in our bodies or we don't went on to our heavenly home, this thing too shall pass. This is my moment. This has been a chosen moment. Be blessed and take care and get out of your feelings.